do, 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 do. Hey, hello, hello. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for being prompt. I really appreciate it. Just going to wait a couple little minutes to get everybody here. Maybe sit on a squishmallow. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better. That's what we're looking for. So I have a lot to talk about tonight. I'm really excited. Yeah, the 17th. It's a really fun moon. It's really exciting because I'm a Pisces, so it's like extra exciting for me. Hello. Um, I wanted to share things with everybody because I'm going to be doing a lot on the 17th, and I think it's a really good opportunity for everybody to kind of take control of the rest of this year and what they have coming to them. And I know that last year, especially during Christmas time and stuff, it was kind of difficult for everybody. Everybody was really kind of going through it. And so I thought, well, I don't want this season to be a season of lack like it was for everybody. I want it to be a season of abundance and gratitude and giving and receiving, and really have everybody be, hey, nice to see you. Really have everybody be happy to be in the life that they're at and feeling like their life is good and feeling like they have more than enough and feeling like they can share with people. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this little bit. Because I feel like it's maybe a reminder for a lot of people, and maybe for some people it's brand new, you know. So we'll see what's up. Hey, nice to see you guys. See, I'm so excited. Okay, so I kind of got a lot to go through, but I was waiting for you, all three of you, honestly, to be on here, and I got a few more who said they're coming, but I'm sure they'll be here soon. And they can replay it, and I am screen recording it, and I will put it up on YouTube. So anybody who comes in late, whatever, they can look on YouTube. Okay, so September 17th is a full moon in Pisces, but it's also a red moon, which means it's a total lunar eclipse. So total lunar eclipses make the moon go like red, right? But those are exciting times because they're really good for healing any kind of love trauma or uniting people together. Any kind of like self-love that you need to do, or any kind of like, you know, self-care, healing, that kind of stuff. They're really, really good for red moons. I mean, there's other stuff you can do on red moons too, and I will get to that. But just off the top of my head, like, that's one of the things that makes it really exciting. And then the harvest moon is really good for, like I said, reaping what you sow, bringing in your bounty. Hey, everybody, nice to see you. Bringing in your bounty, reaping what you sow, you know, kind of really collecting the things that you have put forth throughout the season. But it's also a time to plant seeds that can still sprout, you know what I mean? So sometimes we have like our winter vegetables and our summer vegetables. This is like, think about this in Magick, like you're reaping what you've already sown, but you're also planting those kind of winter vegetable seeds. So it's kind of what we're going to be doing on this. So September 17th, the full moon in Pisces is also a lunar eclipse, which makes it a red moon. And so we're bringing in all that generosity, all the gratitude, all of the harvest, all of the bounty, and all of the love and the renewal. Okay, so it is a good time. You can clear yourself of negativity because of the lunar eclipse bit. You can do hex removals and things like that. It's totally fine. But really, this is about like renewal. This is about what are we bringing in. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Okay. So it's time to let go of your limiting beliefs and your fears that are holding you back from truly being happy. And because the moon's in Pisces, that's what's going to be helping us with this a lot. So Pisces is about our psychic connection and about our emotions, about our divine connection and all that kind of stuff. So when the moon is in the house of Pisces, you're able to kind of tap into those things more. So like my husband, he's an Aquarius. They aren't necessarily emotional people. They kind of run from emotions a little bit. They're very loving in things, but love and emotion are kind of separate. So this would be a time for people like him to be able to kind of tap into their emotions and face them head on. Because this is part of it, is like if we're putting our emotions behind us and we're always repressing them, then we're stifling ourselves. And the thing is we're going to have to deal with them at some point. It's just probably not going to be when we would like to deal with it. It's going to come out at like an ugly or inappropriate time when it's going to make our lives much worse. When if we could just kind of face our emotions head on, and really understand why we're feeling them, get to the root of that, then all of a sudden they're no longer scary and they no longer hold that power over us. And because this moon is about really taking our power too, that's a really important thing. So one thing that holds people back from truly being happy is fear of getting what they wish for. And you're like, well, why would they be afraid of getting what they wish for? Well, it's like, okay, while you're daydreaming of whatever that thing is, there's all the possibilities. There's nothing wrong. There's just all the possibilities of how wonderful the thing would be, how grand it would be, how luxurious the thing would be. And there's nothing holding us back going like, oh, well, you know, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. When we get that object or that person or that thing or whatever that time, then all of a sudden things could change. Things could go awry. We could not like it anymore. We could not want it anymore. It could not be as like we thought it was going to be. And so sometimes we hold back from actually achieving or obtaining the thing we want out of fear that we're not going to want it once we have it. Or worse, we'll love it and we'll be so fucking happy that we have it. And then something could happen. It could be taken from us. And so it's almost better never to have had it than to have it be taken from us. This moon is imploring you to stop thinking that way, to allow yourself to grow, to allow yourself to not only want, but to achieve obtaining, okay? Because you deserve these things. Hey, thank you so much for being here. So, you know, kind of like put those fears in the back, okay? The fears got to go away. And one way we can do is writing our fears down. I'm afraid of achieving success because if I get it and I like it, I won't have it anymore. And then burn it. You know what I mean? You're folding it away from us and we're burning it. Oh, don't be sorry you're late, dude. I'm gonna replay it. I'm so happy I've got a full room. We're happy. Okay. This moon is about embracing your feelings, and connecting to your higher self and your higher consciousness. So that's the Pisces again. It connects to our higher self. It connects to our higher feelings and our higher consciousness. Sometimes our spirit guides are screaming at us and we are so repressed and so blocked. Hey, everybody. That we're not allowing them to speak to us. So we keep going into the same situations over and over and over. We might get like a little twinge in our stomach or a little gnawing at us, but we're not listening to it. And so we're finding ourselves in these situations over and over and over. So when I say embracing your higher self and your higher consciousness, this is a perfect moon to do some meditation. Perfect. Okay. House in Pisces, you're good. You're going to be like connected so much easier than any other time of the year, right? So sit there, meditate. Meditating can be drawing, folding something, humming, singing, sitting quietly by a river, sitting quietly outside, listening to the bees and the birds like hum and buzz, grounding yourself, walking barefoot, sitting under a tree for a while, to getting lost in like scribbling. Like there's a million ways to meditate. Find what works for you and spend some time letting your mind just melt. Okay, just go into that meditation. That's going to help you connect to your higher self. Then once you have that connection, ask for what you want. Tell them where you are. Say, look, I need help. I don't know what the fuck to do with this situation. And then let it go. Go do about your day. And I go to sleep. The next day, you're going to have that answer. It's going to come to you because that's what happens. It's just what fucking happens. Okay, this is the time to give thanks for whatever you have, no matter how small. And the gratitude will be blessed with more and more. Now, think about what's going on all over the world. I'm not a political person. I'm not going to get into it. And you all know what I'm fucking talking about. Think about what's going on the other side of the fucking world. And then think about where you are. With your phone in your hand and your food and your clothes and your shoes and your safety and all of that. You have so fucking much to be grateful for. So fucking much. Don't even get me started on you know, the luxuries like beds and animals and light bulbs and shit. Like, don't even get me started. So whatever you have right now today, you are blessed. You are so fucking blessed. Okay. So take note. Take stock. If it takes writing down all the shit you have to where you really can see it and you're like, wow, I really do have a lot. I have people who care for me. I have shoes on my feet. I have food in my fucking pantry. I have food in my tummy. I've got the lights on. I've got whatever. And take stock of what all that you're grateful for. Gratitude is the very first part. Hey, baby. Gratitude is the very first part of manifestation. If you can really get your gratitude down pat and you're like, no, I am blessed. Like, I have everything I need. I don't really need anything else. But it would be nice if this did happen. Universe is like, you got it. Here, have more. Because it wants you to be that happy. So just really kind of like hone in onto that. This is also a time to give what you have if you have an abundance. Now, if you have an abundance of food, See if somebody's hungry. If you have abundance of clothes, go clothe some people. If you have abundance of time, go talk to some people. You know how many elderly people are sitting in an old folks home who have nobody to talk to them? You know how many people who are old vets and stuff who like they just want somebody to give them time? You know, there's a million things that you can do to help. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily, but if you can help monetarily, yeah, do that. But there's a million ways you can help. When I walk around, I pick up trash. I've always done that. And then going to Burning Man and seeing how everybody does that too, it just reinstilled it more. It's like, it's not my trash, but yes, it is. If it's there, you got to pick it up. You know, you got to do what you can do. So everybody can work on their own level. You know, being outside your comfort zone a little bit is healthy for you. So if it pushes you a little bit, it's healthy for you. But don't be so out of your comfort zone that you're like crying in the corner, you know, but do what you can do and give what you can give. And it really does matter. And the more that you're able to give in this time, I'm telling you, it's coming back. It's coming back in ways that you can't even imagine. But we got to be on that higher vibration. And that's the quickest way to that higher vibration is to give. Okay, this moon is associated with fertility and prosperity. So everything is fruitful. So if you're looking to get pregnant and you haven't been able to get pregnant, a fertility ritual is right up your alley right now. You could do an egg ritual. You could do an Oni egg ritual. You could do a bunny candle. You could do, I mean, there's a million things. DM me on that. Use serpent stone. Serpent stone's great for getting pregnant. Those little African, I forget what the fuck those egg things are called. They're little brown. I'll look them up for you. If you want to get pregnant, let me know about that. If you're trying to get married, if you're trying to have a prosperous business, if you're trying to like take your relationship to the next level, if you're trying to have a garden grow phenomenally, right now is the time to literally manifest that. Like it will work. It will happen so solid. We are in a complete alignment for this kind of work. So anything we're trying to pull in, you're trying to pull in that new business, you're trying to pull in those new clients, you're trying to pull in whatever the fuck you're trying to pull in, now is the time for you to do that. Okay. Growth and manifestation can take center stage, but be clear with what direction your growth will go. So that's another thing right now. Normally in Magic, you can be kind of vague. You know, you can be a little bit vague. Oh, you know, I had some money come from and whatever. Not right now. Not right now. We need to have specifics in mind. We need to have details, okay? I want you to have details. Spend some time, write it out, make a few drafts, figure out what you want. You have till the 17th. This is not a rush job. We're doing this right, okay? So take time, be clear. What do you want in your life? What's missing? What would actually make you happy? You know what I mean? Wow, a new car that had air conditioning would really fucking change my life. Wow, living in a new place would really change my life. You know, I have been kind of lonely. I'd like somebody to run with me and go do some fun shit. You know what? We've been in this relationship so long, I'd like to take it to the next level. Whatever. I don't have any friends. I like some friends. I'd like my book to be published. I'd like my published book to take off. There's a million things you could do, but right now is the time to be very specific on what it is that you would like. And once you get that narrowed down, then you're going to come to your ritual part of that. And anybody who wants help with that, if I, for some reason, am not on here to answer your questions, like say this runs too long, DM me. I'm more than happy to tell you what you can go purchase or what you already probably have in your house that you could use for a ritual on the 17th to help you pull this in. Okay, so Pisces lets us open up into our emotions that we don't often feel. Okay, now I feel them because I'm a Pisces. I'm always fucking in my emotions, right? It sucks, but it is neat sometimes not to run from your emotions, because when we're constantly running from an emotion, we're constantly making fun of emotion, we're constantly teasing an emotion, trying to act like we don't associate with that emotion, we are basically making sure it's cemented to us forever. And we're constantly going to have to be looking over our shoulder that emotion isn't going to pop out and get us when we're least expecting it. So the best thing that we can do right now is whatever it is you've been running from, hiding from, suppressing, regressing, these are things that we're going to have to face head on. You might need to cry. You might need to microdose somewhere safe and just let all your shit out. You might have to write every fucking thing that happened to you since childhood out and burn the damn book. There's a million things that you might have to do. You might have to let someone in. Maybe you haven't been letting people in. Maybe you've been closed off and cold and you're like, fuck, it'd be cool with somebody, but I'm not going to let him in. Da, 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 da. No, fuck all that. Take the raw step and go let somebody in. You know what I mean? It's time to get in touch with those emotions. And the more that you're running towards them and not away from them, the more you're going to figure out like, hey, that ain't even a thing. That ain't even I was worried about this. Fuck, I was worried about this. It's not a big deal. Okay, so confronting them now leads to a feeling of true freedom and a weight lifted. And I'll be the first to admit, it really does. When you finally have the conversation with yourself, okay, bitch, this is what's been going on. Why are we running from this? All of a sudden, You do. You feel lighter. You feel happier. And if you think about it, whenever you've had an argument with somebody, or you needed to have that argument, or you need to have that talk, and then you finally get to say what you need to say, and they listen, and they finally say what they say, and you listen, you guys come to the understanding, how much better do you feel? You know, and 9 times out of 10, you made a mountain out of a molehill, or you found out this person is not worth your time. And either way, it's a relief. Either way, you feel better. Either way, that weight is lifted. So let's go ahead and confront these things, not let our problems, turn us to fear. Okay, clear communication. Oh, let's see. Speak to a tree. Oh, that's another thing. If you don't know how to talk to somebody, you go talk to a tree. Go tell the tree everything that happened to you. I'm fucking serious. Go talk to the tree. Out loud, with your words, go tell it everything on your mind. You're going to walk away feeling a million times better. You don't want to talk to a tree? Talk to a rock. You don't want to talk to a rock? Talk to a houseplant. You want to talk to a houseplant? Talk to a dog. Talk to a parakeet. It doesn't matter. Go talk to an inanimate object. Go talk to your fucking, I don't care. You know what I mean? Go talk to your bedpost. I don't give a fuck. But go get it out verbally. Say what it is you need to say to the person, about a situation, whatever. Get it out. And you're just going to feel like the weight is lifted off of you, whether they're alive or not. Reminds me of Pocahontas. I'm not sure what does, but okay, that's nice. Oh, yes. So the Mother Willow. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yes. Writing and burning is another thing. So I make these partition papers, and I make them on the AA8 portal, but I wasn't able to do it this year, so I have very limited supply. However, you don't need my paper. You can go get some brown paper bag and tear the edges. You could even get a normal piece of paper and tear the edges. But typically you don't want factory edges. I can't tell you exactly why. You just really don't. But you're going to write the things down and you're going to burn them. Okay, you can burn to manifest, or you can burn to get rid of things. If you're burning to get rid of things, you fold the paper away from you and then you set it on fire. If you're burning to manifest and bring into your life, oh, I'm so happy that all this has happened and I already have it, is the error that you want to kind of come at it with. And then you're folding it to you and you're lighting it on fire, and it's in really quickly. Okay. Right now, we're in a place where we can have clear communications with spirit, with the higher self, with the universe, with God, whatever you call it, okay? Ask for gifts on insight, but again, be clear on what it is that you're asking for, okay? So a quick story on me is when I was very first realizing how psychic I am, I asked for more on my birthday, and I asked that my mental ability, it go wide and far and laser vision. I want to have complete sight, all 24 around me, right? I started having nightmares that I was a girl in Guam and I was being held down and I had a thing on my leg and I was being raped, okay, continuously, and beaten and hurt and all of that kind of stuff. And it was just a dream, but I had it for about 3 nights, and on the 3rd night, the girl was no longer with us, right? I hated that because I'm sure it wasn't a dream. I am 110% sure what happened was I was having like a connection with this girl and I was really seeing what was going on. Now, she needed help. I didn't know where the hell to find her. I didn't know what her name was. I didn't know the location. I have no way to help this woman. But I felt every moment of her pain, every moment of her sorrow, every moment of her panic, okay? And that's not good for me. If I'm going to have a psychic moment, I would like to be able to help the person. If I'm not going to be able to help the person, I don't want to know about it, basically. So I have then done a ritual for myself that I kind of narrowed in what my psychic sight could show me. I want it to only show me things that I can deal with, it being that I can handle it in a way that I can actually do something. If you're just showing me, oh, the world's about to end, we're all fucked, well, that's great. But, what is that going to really do except scare me, right? If you're telling me, oh, a loved one might get in a car accident, but if you tell them to check the brake light and then they won't, that's helpful, okay? That's the kind of thing I want to hear. If you're telling me, hey, take 2 steps to the left because an anvil's about to fall from the sky, that's helpful. I'll take that. So be very clear on what it is that you're asking for because you will get it. This is a blood moon, so it's a total lunar eclipse. It reveals the truth in all situations. So if you've been really wondering, okay, what's going on in a certain situation, what's going on with yourself, what's going on with a partner, what's going on with a job, the truth will be revealed. Ugly or not, you will know the truth of it. So that's all that matters. It's a great time for grounding and meditation, like I said. So take some time outside. If you can moonbathe, if you can spend some time with your feet in the ground, if you can spend some time drawing or painting or sculpting or, you know, anything that kind of just lets your mind wander. It's a perfect time for that. It's a time for loved energies to heal all wounds. So if you have been hurt in the past, if you've been scared in a relationship, if you have had a bad breakup, if you have been, you know, betrayed by your family, all of these things can be healed now on this moon. All these things, hey, thank you so much for joining. Please go back and watch it from the beginning. But all these things can be healed right now, okay? And it is also a really good time for renewal and cleansing. So if you need to do any of those things, that is what this moon is for. And anybody who's joining me right now, I'm going to be uploading this onto YouTube under the Fairy Shayna as soon as we're off of here. Okay, now let's talk about some like items that you can use for some different things. Okay, a really easy ritual would be to drink some tea. So when we're drinking tea, we're not just making a cup of tea and then drinking the tea. We are making it with intention. Now, all of my teas, my elite elixirs, they're all blended with intentions, and they're all made on the right day of the week with the right herbs under the right phase of the moon, just like all of my products. So all you have to do is pick it up and put it in your cup, add your intention into it as you're stirring your tea bag around, and then you drink your elixir, and then that is the spell all on its own. One thing, maybe you're trying to do self-love. You would do some maybe rose. I also have a million other blends, but I'm just showing you the simple ones. Maybe just some rose, right? You could use that for a beauty ritual, self-love. You could use that for uniting old friends. You could use that for adding passion and romance into your life. You could also brew a few of them and use them as a ritual bath. That's kind of what's going on with the hex breaker too. So the hex breaker is just hyssop. But hyssop is amazing for removing all kinds of negative or stale energies. It's great for a ritual bath and cleansing. It's great for just like protection and things like that. So if you feel like I have been hexed, I have been cursed, my life has been fucked, drink yourself a cup of hyssop. Now on this one, you would go counterclockwise as you're saying, thank you for removing all the things that are no longer needed in my life, all the bad things that are attached to me, all the things that I have accidentally let in, all the things that are blocking me. And then when you are ready, you drink your cup of tea and you are done. That is your ritual. So that's a very simple ritual. We also have lavender. Lavender is a really good one for if you're trying to connect with your higher self, you're trying to open up your intuition, things like that. I also have a dreams and psychic visions blend, but it's got so many things in it. I'm not going to list them all off, but that is an option. So like I said, if you're into my tea, DM me. I've got like 39 types. So there's that. My favorite form of magic is probably ritual bath, right? So ritual bath is really easy. I do currently have my Venus, Aphrodite's garden bath. Now this is going to be if you're trying to do a love ritual for yourself. Self-love is important. Why are we doing self-love? We're doing self-love so that we can respect ourselves enough to give ourselves what we need, so that we can respect ourselves enough to treat ourselves well, so that we can love ourselves so much that we take as good enough care of ourselves that we can then take care of our family in the way that we want to. Okay? You can also use this for romance. So you're about to go on a date. You could also use this for glamour to help yourself be more beautiful. You could also use this to help yourself see yourself more beautiful. And you can also use this, yes, for love ritual to make somebody fall in love with you. But, you know, do your research, do your readings and everything. And, you know, just if you're ever going to use love on somebody, make sure you for sure are going to love that person forever, because my stuff doesn't, they'll love you forever. Okay. So make sure you're going to love them forever. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Ritual soaps. Okay, so it's really easy to wash yourself with ritual soap. Maybe you don't want to take a bath, but washing yourself down to get rid of whatever you don't want, or washing it up from the feet up, and the whole time you're saying thank you for bringing in this, thank you for bringing in that, I'm so happy and grateful that this has happened in my life. It is a very, very easy and incognito way to practice your magic when maybe you're in a place where you can't practice magic freely. Burning some frankincense in coal pal and dragon's blood together will really, really, really help you in this time. It is a powerful divine connection to God. It's good for exorcism and cleansing. It's also good for manifestation. So maybe you want to just do aromatics. This is a really simple thing to do. You don't have to have the resin. You could go get an incense. You could do a diffuser. There's a million ways to do that. But frankincense, coal pal, myrrh, and dragon's blood. That's a great, great, great thing for you to be burning. Like I said, we can connect to the dead right now. We can connect to the higher self. So I have my spirit candles. If you purchase my spirit candles, which I have limited supply, I made these last October, you do come with my little book, and I can send you a PDF if this is too small for you also to read. It teaches you how to use them to contact your deceased loved ones or people on the other side, ancestors, spirit guides, guardians, and it also tells you how to tell if the spirit has changed that's watching you or speaking with you, and it also tells you how to get rid of them easily afterwards, so that we're having a safe connection and a safe conversation, because it's very important. I have a load of candles, and this is a very, very, very small example, but this is just some of the things that would be very good for this moon. So this would be for beauty and glamour. Okay, so you're doing self-love, you're seeing yourself as beautiful, you're trying to, maybe you're a movie star, maybe you're trying to do modeling, maybe you're trying to get into YouTube and things like that. This is a good one for you. This is my hex breaker, and I also have them in them. Everything I have, I also have in a mini. The hex breakers are really, really good. Hey, Ashley, I will be uploading the whole thing on YouTube afterwards, because I'm near done. But anyways, the hex breaker ones are really good if you feel like you've been really stuck. Also, it is a return to sender hex breaker. So if somebody has sent you some negativity, some bad vibes, some dark karma, whatever, it's going to send it back to them. And then what I would personally do is I would send them a little bit of love. This one is a sweet friendship love. And the reason why I would do that, and I would do back to back, is so that their shit is taken care of, because obviously they're hurting, or they wouldn't want to see me or you hurt, right? So that's why that they would do something negative, jealousy, whatever. So you get it off of you, and then you send them a little bit of love or a sweetener, and all of a sudden their life gets a little bit better, and then they're not worried about you so much. That being said, you can also use these loves for friendship, for bringing in kind of more playfulness into your current relationship, or finding a fun, flirty little fling. I do have romance love also. These ones are more like passion, good sex, hot romance. You know what I mean? You're going on several dates. You know what I mean? This is like closer to really good time, and then if you push it from this, you go on to wedding bells kind of a thing. Some people right now really need their personal power. I have these ones right here are my personal power ones. They help bring in inner strength, wisdom, kind of self-reliance, self-dependability, and they're also really good for clearing any kind of things. I will read your comment in just a moment. I have my divination candles. The divination candles, again, they're really good if you've been having something that's been on your mind and you're not sure what the answer is. They're also good if you're trying to connect to your higher self, or you're trying to get into that 3D realm where you're like really, really tapped in, where you know what they're saying, you're not having to worry about it. This is a really good one. I have open waters of communication. This is a beautiful fucking candle. This is a musing candle for anybody who's been going through kind of a rough time right now, talking to people. Maybe you're having a hard time conveying what it is that you want in life or what you need in life. And it could be that your partner and you, or your job mates or whoever, it's not even that you're on the wrong page. You just aren't able to hear each other right now in the right way. Hey, thank you so much for joining. And then lastly, I do have the Odin candle also. Odin's really good for wisdom, for divination, for inner strength, for self-reliance, all that kind of stuff. Those are all things that we're pulling in with this moon. Real quick, I'm going to look at everybody's messages. And if you're just joining me now, I've been on for quite a bit. So if you'd like to see it from the beginning, I will be saving this on here, but I'll also be uploading it onto YouTube right now. So let me see. Hey, I never said hi, but I'm so incredibly intrigued. I love your insight on this topic. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Love the candles. That's amazing. Those really work. Yeah, you've used my products before. I know you know my shit works. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Emily. Hi, Kelly. Let's see. Oh, there's lots of people in here. Oh my goodness. Hey, everybody. Jeez. Okay. All right. That's really cool. Just realized ever since I lit them on 8/8, I've been making money and dreaming of my ex. Well, you know what I mean? I don't, you know. What tips do you have for being on the road during the full moon? Okay, so on the road during the full moon, you're going to want to have protection, because people are going to be all hyped up and energetic and crazy, right? Everybody's going to be feeling like they're invincible, which is great, but also not great if you're trying to drive somewhere. So I would do a little bit of protection magic for myself before I travel. Mercury takes care of commerce, communication, and travel. Mercury loves lavender, and they love marjoram. So I'd make myself a little satchel that maybe had lavender and marjoram and maybe some cloves in it. Maybe some lemongrass too, because lemongrass is great for roads open. And I would make myself a little baggie. I'd put them into a little piece of cotton like this, and I would tie them. You could use green, you could use black, you could use white, you could use orange, and I would make myself a little satchel. You could also put a excuse me, a garnet in there, because garnet is also great for traveling, and garnet and citrine together make money. So if you want to make like a little bag with some little stuff, and actually there's places like Brash Unicorn in Fresno and stuff. I know, but you can go there, and they've got really cheap, it's like $1 or $2 for little tiny garnets and things like that, which are perfect for this, absolutely perfect for this. And then you would make yourself a little mojo bag. I would pray over, thank you to Archangel Michael, thank you to maybe Mercury, thank you to Jesus, whoever you want to say thank you to for your protection, guiding you to and from your destination, allowing your roads to be clear and open. And then when you get into your vehicle, before you get going, I kind of picture what my vehicle looks like, and I kind of cast a circle of white around it this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then this way, and I kind of like completely encapsulate it in this giant bubble. And then when I feel like it's all encapsulated, I watch the whole thing glow, and I want it to go poof. And I tell myself that cars stay a certain distance from me on all sides, and that the people like to stay a certain distance behind me, and this and that. And then all I basically have to worry about is like what's going on in front. And it's worked every time. And I'm telling you what, it's so funny. We'll be on a long road trip, and I'll notice somebody and they're getting a little bit past my bubble, and I'll kind of imagine my bubble, and I'll be like, you'd like to back up now. And they do. They slow down, they back up, they give us our space. When I've seen cops on the road, and it's not like we're doing anything wrong, but nobody likes to be tailed by a cop, I'll do the same thing. I'll kind of draw the circle in my hand, and I'll be like, you were interested in someone else, and I'll kind of just like that, and I'll imagine the car going past us and being interested in someone else, and it happens every time. Florida water is also very protective, and one time I took all of those herbs I told you of, and I stuck them in Florida water with those gems I told you of in a little glass vial, and anytime something would happen that made me nervous in the car, I would just kind of like shake it, and it would instantly fix whatever was going on. It seemed like the traffic would break, or whatever the fuck needed to happen would happen. So that's what I would do. You could also write on a bay leaf that, thank you for my safe travel during this time, and then put the dates on there, and then light it. There's a million things you could do, but that's what I would do. Let's see. I love you. I love her too. Oh, thank you guys so much. Me too. Thank you so much. I pray the night before a long drive. Yes, Jessica actually prayed very hard the night before Robbie and I took off to Reno, and we almost died on Reno. I won't tell you the whole story, but it was stop, boom. Like, it was crazy. Like, we lived, we're fine, truck's fine, everything's fine, but we're so fine, there's no way, there's literally no way to say what it was other than divine protection. It had to be divine protection. There's no way it was just normal. You know what I mean? So, I have the gym things you wrapped around and protected for travel in my car. I'm so glad. I hope that they're helping you and making you feel good. And then Jessica says, I prayed the day before you were gone. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. It really means a lot. I'm sure it helped, because I'm telling you, it was divine protection. There was no way around it. And then Emily says, it protects me every time. I'm fucking so glad to hear that. All right, ladies. Well, is there anything you'd like to ask me? If you guys have any personal rituals you'd like to do, let me know. If there's something you're working on or something you want to work on, I could tell you what I would use if I were you. I'm going to be doing a money domination jar. I'm going to be using sugar. I'm going to be using probably angelica and orris root. I do not have any catnip. If I get catnip before then, I might use catnip. I will be using clove. I will be using cinnamon. I will be writing on a partition and folding it towards me what my wishes are. I will be putting it in the jar. I will be adding sugar. I might be adding another secret ingredient that if you want to know what that is, DM me. And then I will be adding water, and I will be shaking the jar. And I will be lighting it for about 7 or 8 days. And then next month I will be doing a honey jar the same way. So that's what I am going to be focusing on. And then my husband and I have decided to do a little bit of work together on something that we've been wanting to manifest for quite a while. So we're going to be also doing that. And then Jessica says, okay. Somebody says, great vibes, everyone. And Jessica says, I might message you later about advice. That's completely fine. Jessica says, my gremlin doesn't like cinnamon. No, your gremlin does not like cinnamon. Your little demon kid, you definitely don't like cinnamon. Hey, nice to see you. I am at the end of this, but I am going to save it on here, and I'm also going to be putting it on YouTube, so don't hesitate. But if there's anything you want to work on, right now we're at the Q&A part, so if there's something that you want to manifest during this next full moon on the 17th, let me know, and I'll let you know how you can do that. But on here we talked about what the full moon was for, what the harvest moon was for, what the lunar eclipse red moon part of it was for, different tools that we could use. We talked about just all the different aspects of the moon right now. And then Jessica says, I am the gremlin. We know you're the gremlin, Jessica. You and me both gremlin out. I'm like, fucking evil twin. I guess we evil then. No, seriously though. Yeah, it's true. No, we do. We gremlin out. When we walk around, I smoke my weed or whatever. Jessica doesn't smoke, so I'm like trying to light it and the wind's all blowing. So I like gremlin over to like whatever the fucking, she's like, look at you. And I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You gotta have your moments. Well, yeah. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? What are you guys trying to manifest this full moon? Anything at all? You guys trying to release anything? I am here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I love helping people. I have many more candles. I've got candles on everything you can fucking think of. I do ritual baths on anything you think of. I can make you a custom ritual bath. I haven't made soap in a couple months, but I am going to be making soap here before too long, hopefully. Emily's going to message me. Okay. Revenge Ramp says, ha ha ha. Kelly says, I think you know what I'm trying to manifest. Oh, girl, we know what you're trying to manifest. Well, you know I got the candles for it, so you come on by. I might need to focus on what I really want. That's really important. And right now is a great time. So that's the cool thing about the moon being in Pisces is that our ability to think is going to be open. So where a few months ago when we were maybe in Capricorn or whatever, you were thinking, I can't think of anything. I'm just kind of stubborn and angry and whatever. It's like now that we're in Pisces, those thoughts can free flow. It's creativity. So our creativity is wide open for us to get what we need. Kelly says, you got this, Jess. Dude, you got this, Jess. You know what you want. You just got to think about, you know the broad strokes. So we just got to get the fine details in there. That's all we're doing. Crystal says, same. I want to focus on what it is I want and need to release and gain. That's what this week is for, but that's part of why I wanted to talk about this now, because it's the 17th is next week, right? So we're what, I don't know what day of the week it is today. It's like the 11th or something, right? So we got like 7 days. So you have like 5-6 days to really think about it. And then if you decide, okay, I know what I want now, DM me and I'll be like, hey, you need this, this, and this. We'll keep it simple, because keeping it simple really, really helps. Hey, Danielle. So I did say most of the things I wanted to say earlier. So if you want to watch the replay, I go through the whole moon, what it's for, all the different aspects of it, different tools and things. But if you know what you would like to manifest, just ask me what you would need. Just be like, I'd like to focus on this. Or you can DM me too. Tio Isaac says, I got a major class A test tomorrow and I'm hoping to get it done. I'm sure you're going to do well if you've studied. We're not having to really fight Mercury anymore or anything. So that's really, really good. That's going to be, it's an aid to us. And with Pisces, like I said, coming around, that's in our cerebral. I don't know if you like peppermint, but peppermint helps keep us awake, and it also helps activate the things that we've already remembered. So when you're taking your class, if you could maybe eat a peppermint or smell some peppermint or put some peppermint oil on before you go in. Frankincense is also like that. It'll help activate what it is you've already learned. But if you really, really, really want to make that work, eat a peppermint while you study tonight, and then eat a peppermint tomorrow, and it will fucking activate that shit for you. Also, rosemary. If you smell rosemary, it keeps things in your memory longer. So if before you study or before you do whatever you're going to do for your test, smell some rosemary, and it'll help activate those memory things, and hopefully you'll do better. You'll retain more. Jessica says, are we still on retrograde? I still have a candle on lit just in case. Honestly, there is a couple planets I think that are still in retrograde, but I think that we're out of Mercury's problem. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was out on the 19th. Or wait, we're not on the 19th yet. Damn, no, I don't know. I'm all fucked up from Burning Man. I'll have to check on my calendar on that. I'm like, what day? I think we are finished though. No, actually, I'm almost pretty sure it was on the 28th that it did come out. So I think we're good on Mercury retrograde. But cool thing about Mercury candles is if you light them when it isn't Mercury retrograde, he takes it easier on you. when it is Mercury. Because it's like, oh, you're remembering me when it's not the time that everybody's bitching at me. Because, I mean, can you imagine? You're up there, you're being your planetary self, and every time some shit starts to go wrong, everybody's like, fucking Mercury retrograde, meh, 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 meh. But nobody's like, hey, Mercury, here's a candle just because I love you. You know what I mean? So think about if it's your grandma or something. You'd want her to, you never call me unless it's Christmas. Well, fuck, you know? That's why you're only getting $1 in your card, you know? So give a little love and you might get a little love. Crystal's gonna DM me. Thank you, please do. You got the crystals. Dominant that test, Isaac. Yeah, you got the crystals. Dominate that test. Yeah, get it. You got that. You're gonna ace it. Danny says hello. Crystal says thanks. Jessica's, yeah, thanks. All right, ladies, I love you so, so much. This was super fun. If you guys like this, I'll do it again sometime. This is the most people I've ever had watch me at once, so that's pretty kind of cool. I'm definitely going to be saving this, and I'll try to save it onto here, but I for sure can upload what I screen recorded onto YouTube. So I'll see you guys then, and I love you all so much, and it's been super, super fun. Hey, Caroline! So yeah, like I said, I'm going to upload it. I really appreciate you guys being here. It was everything about everything you could think of for this moon and how to get it to work for you. Anybody who has questions or wants to know to do with their personal ritual, just please DM me. I'm so happy to help you guys. And I love you all so much, and thank you.